Hey everyone, meteorologist Mike Prianti. I'm back with another weather video, and we have the whole gang here. We have meteorologist Mike Mahalik and Brad Miller. Guys, how's it going? It's been a while since we've all been in the same video at once.
Yeah, we've been all so busy. Hard to believe a week ago we were dealing with nor'easter, and now we've got a summer rainstorm kind of set up for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only the rain, Brad, I mean, we're going to be talking about some very gusty winds on the front side of this front as it comes through. So, Mike, let's start this thing off here. Let's see what we got. But first, I think we have a little storm alert.
We got a little bit of a promotion here. You know, this is what we do. I know I don't want to get too salesy. I never like to do that with videos, but we have to mention it. You know, if you know anybody or if you're part of a big business and want more of a solution aspect to your business, we do offer premium forecasting services. As you can see here, we basically go down the details of any sort of hazards and any winter event. You get snow confidence boxes, you get start and end times, the whole shebang out of this. If you're interested, heads ups as well. If you want snow and you want to know when snow is going to happen, we'll give you a text, we'll give you an email. If you're interested, you could always try a demo. You know, give us an email, sales@weatherworksinc.com, and otherwise the rest of this is going to be the free option. So stay tuned here as we go through a little bit of model detail. So guys, let's just get at this first and just go right into the models, and we'll start off with the surface maps. Here's the GFS showing what's going to happen. This is Christmas Eve. And as you can see, pretty big potent storm on the backside, cold air. Could actually get some snow out toward eastern Ohio. Pittsburgh could get a couple inches on the backside of this. But it looks like a decent heavy soaker east of State College into northeast PA and New Jersey, and this continues. Nice little squall line develops and goes right through Christmas morning across New England. So lots of rain, and also those millibars. You can see the lines, the contours, very close together. Mike, that's gonna be a lot of wind with this system as well.
No, I was just gonna say, if you back that up a little bit, you got to look how tightly those isobars are packed near the Jersey Shore. Through southern New England there. That's just indicating a very strong pressure gradient and also a lot of wind. A lot of wind is going to be happening with this system, especially heading into Thursday night and into early Friday morning. Talking about gusts probably reaching 50, 60, maybe even higher than that, especially along the coastlines. So certainly something we need to keep an eye on.
Right. And
there could be some trees and power lines down for a lot of the Northeast and New England, and not only that, this is a strong south wind, and not to say that the winds aren't going to be bad and things like that, but it's going to be warm, and that combined with the snowpack that's still available up there in upstate New York and right on down to northeastern PA and northern New Jersey and a good portion of New England. We're gonna have some flooding issues as well with all this moisture and snow melt going on. I mean, we're talking temperatures in the 50s, pushing 60s.
Look at this, guys!
On Christmas morning, it's crazy.
Look at that, 60s. The GFS showing 60s all across the 95, and like you said, Brad, along with that, lots of moisture. This is precipitable water, and we don't see these amounts in late December. This is 1.5. I mean, even over an inch is impressive as well. But like 1.5 inches is going to be that's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere here.
You see in the summertime,
Then one more thing to show too. Look at the snowpack, guys. This is from the USDA current snowpack on the ground. That darker blue is over 20 inches of snow. The lighter blues are a little bit more or less than that. And as you go toward the 95 corridor, not a lot of snowpack, still a little residual here and there. But this is going to be the area to be watching, guys, when this heavy rain comes through. Lots of snow melt.
Important to note that there's a lot of water content still in that snowpack. So you're talking probably 1 to 2 or more inches of liquid in that snowpack. And now we're going to dump another 1 to 2 inches, maybe even 3 inches of rainfall on top of that. Combine that with those temperatures in the 50s and 60s and high dew points, we're going to have a big time meltdown. Unfortunately, that might ruin a lot of white Christmas ideas people have this year. But
I'll tell you the word I've been seeing on social media a lot that's been kind of the buzzword for the snow cover. It's going to get vaporized. I kind of like that word, but that's kind of what's going to happen. We're going to lose pretty much all this snow cover in about a 12-hour period.
Yeah, and of course, the next thing, as we mentioned, is the wind, guys. I mean, this is the GFS showing the surface winds. This is in knots, but shows basically 20 to 30 knots, pretty gusty winds. That's about like 25, 35 miles an hour. So again, sustained winds going to be pretty windy, but the one thing to keep an eye on are those winds above. And now this is showing the 850 millibar, which is right about 850s, right about 4,700 feet. So it is high up there. So we won't say this is going to be,
it's only about a mile up. It's not
only
that far.
It's not that far, but you're also not going to have 85 to 95 mile an hour gusts all the way to the surface. But you are going to mix that down, and I think there's a potential for mixing, Mike. I think you mentioned to me earlier about these winds getting mixed down, especially with the NAM, with the highest winds over like 95 knots.
Yeah, so this is what we call a low-level jet, Mike, in the meteorology community. And I got to tell you, this is one of the strongest low-level jets that I've seen. I don't know what you guys think, but man, I mean, 90 plus knots at this level at 5,000 feet. That's something I haven't seen before with
Screaming
many
south
storms.
wind.
Yeah, screaming is what you say. And with that said, that's why we're so worried about the wind gusts. And plus, there might be a little dry slot in between bands of rain
Yep.
where we can mix down a little bit more of those higher winds. So if you can see it right there, there's a good area of rain going through New York City and Long Island, but in
At like 1
between,
a.m. on Friday, Christmas morning.
yep, but in between, there's a little dry area. So in that area that we call a dry slot, if there's a little bit more warming going on there than what the models show, we can mix down a little bit higher wind gusts, and especially if we get a squall line developing along the front too, that can also aid in gusting, getting those gusty winds down. So that's what we're really concerned about because that kind of lines up pretty good with that low-level jet.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously the winds are going to be a concern here, mainly for, of course, power outages, down trees. I mean, if we do see these winds gust down 60, 65, I mean, hell, we could even see some 70-mile-an-hour gusts along the coast, guys, even up into Cape Cod. I mean, if this thing continues to strengthen and moves east, I could see some 70 plus mile-an-hour gusts up in Cape Cod. So, of course, power outages are going to be a concern, along with the fact that you have inland concerns with flooding, and as you mentioned, a lot of tributaries. The Delaware River is going to be running high. All that water has to get funneled in somewhere, and it's probably going to funnel in along with even the Connecticut River Valley too. Those areas are going to see a lot of rain wash through as well. So just a lot of concerns going into the Christmas holiday. Unfortunately, not the white Christmas we were hoping, or I guess it's more of the wet Christmas we weren't expecting here. But
one thing I want to mention too
Yeah.
is that sometimes we have frozen ground going on, but it's not completely frozen right now because the snow kind of insulated things. And then you're saturating those soils, and then you're going to melt that snow, saturate it more. Then you're going to dump a ton of rain on that,
Very
saturate it
soft,
more.
yeah.
So now, do we have more of a down tree threat if we get those winds coming in there? Because those soils are so soaked. But the good news is there's not leaves on the trees anymore. So
Right.
you have that to go in our favor a little bit.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's probably one other thing to think about. The down trees. I still think though you're going to get gusts over 60. You're going to have down branches and down trees nonetheless. But definitely an interesting insight to this.
And kids, we got to get this out to the kids now.
Boy.
Santa will make his trip. Okay. He's ready for this. WeatherWorks has sent Santa a forecast. So between Santa and Rudolph and the rest of the reindeer team there, maybe he visits early though to get all the gifts and stuff done before the real, major part of the storm gets in there. So kids, you may want to go to bed early on Christmas Eve because you may want to get the East Coast done before anywhere else.
He'll
It's
have
going
to
to be a bumpy ride either way.
he'll have to definitely get Rudolph out. Maybe Rudolph has a kid by now. It's been a long time. There might be a couple Rudolphs out there. You don't know.
Could be.
Might have a team of 3.
Yeah, maybe so, guys. But we're getting off on a tangent. I think it's time to end this
A little
video,
bit.
guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for
wrap it up.
watching. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, you can follow us on
Stay
social
safe
media.
on this storm though too. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a pretty strong storm. Like always, you can follow us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. subscribe, give us a like on our video so you can, be reminded next time we have another video out, which may be next week or so. But as always, we'll keep you connected here. So stay tuned and have a safe and wonderful happy holiday and Merry Christmas to everyone.